How's it going, Laser Bruce? I'm Bobby Sixkilla, and welcome to another episode of me butchering the Russian language. No, it's Black Book. We've got some people to talk to, and then we've got to head out and get ourselves a belt spun by a skilled witch. And we have a cat to talk to now. And by cat, I mean demon.
Well, what do you want? Can't you see? I'm all cozy here on the sleeping bench. I'm sleepy.
You're a
Ask
cat.
what you wanted. I need to sleep. Got tired.
Cats are always sleepy.
What kind of demon are you, Ikota?
That's how fiends are called. Ikota. If they possess people, that is. You know that. Any demon can become Ikota. Climb up on someone. Got it? That's it. People will call you Ikota. Bet you can do it better than me.
Wanted to learn more about you. What were you doing before Akulina?
Yeah, poor Aquilina.
Alright, I'll tell you. It's a long story, mind you. I've told you before. I used to be a Susetko. For quite some time, I've lived there. The Transfiguration Church was built how long ago? Must be over 200 years. I am wise and old, you see. So you'd better heed my advices if you know what's good for you.
Never seen cats any wiser, that's true.
Good then.
Maybe
Or speaking English.
you'll stop swooping your fur all over the Izba in 200 years, eh?
What? What about it? None of my concern. I have to look after the household anyway. You could have fixed the bench yourself, by the way. It creaks as hell.
Oh, I'll show you, you damn short.
Wait, Grandpa. You will do a better job. Won't you, Proshka?
Sure, I better want to ride.
What with the church then?
Yeah, whatever.
So about it. I've stayed as Susetka there from the time it was built.
You were Susetko over there in church? Or were you from some other place?
In the church. I remember that well. But what was there before that building? Damn it. Can't quite remember. Let's talk a bit later. Maybe my memory will return.
I'm always after more info.
Why did you transform into a cat?
Cats kill people. For protection, that is why. Well, what you looking at? Scared, eh?
Yeah, right. Cats give no quarter. It is good that our father Tsar's army keeps them in check.
So you don't believe me then? Let me tell you one story.
Okay.
Let's go. We'll talk later.
We should tell everyone about the chorts we've met. You know, to warn the good people, right?
Everyone knows, but not everyone believes. How did you end up with a cross?
Oh, it's nothing.
Yeah, right. There's no such thing as a cross with no story behind it.
All right then, I'll tell you. We were near a town. Plevna, it's called. It was a real massacre there.
Did you encounter any chorts there?
Worse, the cannon fire was so loud that all the chorts fled, if they were any. It seems they all fled here, to the north. So, there was this redoute ahead of us. Couldn't take it.
Redut?
Well, it's a kind of a fortress. No one could get any closer.
And what about you, being such a gallant lad?
Hey, no jokes. Listen, I think God helped me. I went from the side and then found some barrels full of gunpowder and lit them. They blew up. Started a fire. There was a lot more ammunition there. A lot of our enemies burned that day. I can still hear their screams. I suppose I will to the end of my days. I nearly died there myself. Since then, when I see a fire, I remember that redoute and those screams.
And they rewarded you for it, but now it haunts you forever. Cool.
I fished the cross from the river of blood, Vaisa. Are you happy now? Do you understand about the fire now? Ah,
That's why you're scared of fire. That makes sense.
What are you going to do with your new bride?
well, we'll get a farm. We'll get folks from the village to help. Well now, I'll build an excellent izba, and children eventually. What a life it will be.
Be careful, though. Who knows? The Bannock might be back.
That's good. The mother-in-law is always welcome.
It seems that you're the fiercest of them all.
I like
Let's go.
that.
We'll talk later.
He's got balls. Sometimes. We got no visitors? Let's go then. Book merchant. He sells Zargavirus. I don't know what we need. I did edit the book again.
You have goosebumps, a sign of a devilish presence. You look around. Your only companion is humming among the silence. Suddenly, A dark figure steps out from the shade. It is a scribe, a Zagavr dealer.
Seek me out, girl, and I will grant you knowledge. I can help you gain a better grasp of your book and all the wisdom contained within.
I've met you before, haven't I? Reset skills, Jesus. What have you got? Firmer than stone. 2 to all enemies, firm 1. That's pretty good. Removes positive status, well versed 2. That's not bad either. And that means we can make them later, right? I've got no money, but I should bear that in mind. That's the recipe, right? So that we can make as many of those pages as we want.
You catch a whiff of the disgustingly sweet smell of rot. Cold fear enters your soul when you guess what might be the source of the smell. A human body lies nestled in the grass. It is already unrecognizable from decay. You see an old wooden cross upon its breast.
Bury the dead's the only right thing to do. We're trying to get rid of those sins, man. I still got 2 sins because I messed up again.
You dig a small grave and push the dead man inside. You read a prayer and continue your journey.
It's never been so hard to be not sinning all the time, you know? I didn't realize how likely I was to sin.
You see a small demon sitting on a hillock. In his hand, he is holding a snake by its tail, swinging it from side to side. A swishing sound of the snake's body and its angry hissing fill the swamp area.
Play cards? Why play cards? Wait.
You watch as the demon twirls the snake above his head. It seems as if he'll never grow tired of it. Suddenly, the snake slips from its claws and flies right at you. It's clearly angry. Worse yet, the demon runs after its toy.
If anything, this game has taught me to always be proactive. If you just wait around, you suffer. They make sure that you suffer for it. You can't just hang around. Okay. Let's buff up like crazy, right? We can go George the Father, Amen. Imagine that. Imagine how buff we're going to be, because he's going to be doing poison, and we can't do anything about that anyway. Though we do have that remove status effects thing later. And we're defending the 3 from the spiky demon guy. But we still have to take the poison, unfortunately. But now we're going to hit like a truck. +9. +9! There you go, firm. 3 + 9, that's 12 damage. And it will hit multiple times. You're already dead, Snake, you just don't know it yet. 3 and 5. We're getting +2 on defense as well. So that's going to be 7. So we're only going to take 1 damage. And then in theory we can use Igla to heal. And because we've got well versed there, we should get a good solid heal off that. And that snake is basically a dead snake walking. I mean, he doesn't walk, he's got no feet. Fuck, he's a snake, you know, slithering. Dead snake, whatever. You know. God. Oh, okay. We had more defense than I expected. Not gonna lie. Right, he's dead. That's gonna hit him. Done. 8 + 3, 11. You're dead. You just don't know it yet. Goodbye. Oh, 13. That's even better. My math is bad. And it usually works out for the better for some reason. Removes positive status. Well versed 2. That's a key. That's not bad for a key. Because the keys are kind of weak compared to the orders. I didn't even realize, but I hadn't been editing my keys in my book anyway. Just orders.
Despite the late hour, sounds of celebration are coming from the village. It turns out that a festive dinner has dragged on and turned into a non-stop festival. You notice the worried host, who looks like he can't wait to say goodbye to his guests.
Offer help.
You offer to disperse the festival for the host. His distrust of you vanishes when, after a couple of your Zagavrs, furious winds send the suddenly worried guests scurrying home. The host rewards you with some of the dishes from a banquet table.
Hell yeah. Free food. We're always so poor, but I spend a lot of money on Zargavars.
Bathing in the moonlight, a moss-covered idol is hidden among the tall trees. You walk closer and see a fresh towel wrapped around it. The forest around you is silent.
Cat on a mill? Wait. Something about idols? I'm sure it said there was a new thing. Oh. Knowledge? It's a skill point. Is that what it was? We've got a skill point. Level 10. Words do 1 more damage. Words increase their healing by 1. Anything that makes our combat easier is definitely worth pushing. You know? Gotta keep that combat as easy as possible, because I'm kinda dumb.
You meet a girl walking in the direction of Panteg. In her hands, she clutches a spindle that is emanating dark power. Old Yegor smirks, another of the spinner's victims.
Of course we help the
You
girl.
call out to the peasant girl and convince her to get rid of the cursed spindle. Surprised, the girl follows your advice.
I should be yeah, I've got no sins now. No sins. Let's see how long we can keep it that way. It won't last forever, I know. I'm predisposed to sinning.
You freeze with horror. A dead girl is dangling from a spruce tree's gnarled branch. You can't move. This strange fruit sways back and forth with a creak in the cold wind. She died recently.
So we got a new onomasticon. What was it? This one. Vikshitsas. The word for witch. Vedma takes its root from the word vedat. To know, to have some degree of knowledge. A Vedma is traditionally a woman versed in knowledge in performing magic. They're often called Vikshitsa, from Viksha, squirrel. A phonetic distortion of the word Vikshitsa. Oh my god. Blah 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 blah. Such a woman could turn into a squirrel, allowing her to enter a house through the chimney and steal an unborn child from an expected. Holy crap. An unborn child, what, that crawls up the vag and... Jesus. Going to the same text, witches often gather atop mountains to celebrate by roasting children over a fire. Well, yeah, man, don't we all? I mean, it's not Friday night unless you're roasting children. Cast an evil eye upon people and livestock, stole milk from cows' udders, and shared knowledge of love spells and love potions. Okay.
You summon the strength to go to Panteg and tell them about the dead body. You see the despair in the eyes of the peasants. It seems the girl was well loved in the village.
Hell yeah. We got -1 sin, and I have no sins. And some XP and everything. We're nearly at the end of this level already. They're kicking us.
You feel at ease as you walk down the welcoming street of this village. A calm silence surrounds you. You almost pass through the village, but the silence is broken by loud laughter and the sounds of an accordion.
You know we're going to check it out.
Vasilisa, is that you? Come on, join us.
I don't have the time.
Come on, your work is such a bore. 5 minutes here won't kill you.
All right, I have a little bit of time.
You sit by a house and dissolve in a deep song.
No, we got the new song. We don't need to join the singers. We got our health restored anyway.
On the field, you hear the steady sound of digging. Coming closer, you see a peasant moving the border of a field. The man looks startled when he sees you approach. He stops and calls out to you.
Is that you, Yegor?
It is I, with Vasilisa. God bless.
I didn't even know you were here.
God bless. What are you looking at? I'm moving the border ditch. What of it?
Why are you moving the border ditch? You moved it quite far.
For good reason. The Petrov's workers caused me nothing but grief. They deceived me, shot me in flour. Only they didn't steal in broad daylight.
Have you spoken of it at the village meeting?
I have. Not much good it did me. Petrov's folks silenced me right away. I'll tell you what. If you curse the demons, I'll pay you.
You really shouldn't do that, right? Any of these will give me a sin, right? Nah, I'm out. Nah, fuck you, man. I'm leaving. I'm not cursing people for other people's funsies.
Near a small forest creek, you find a grassy meadow. Among other vegetation, you see one beautiful flower. It's blood red.
Oh,
and
Adam
bright,
seed. I remember
even
this
in-
one.
You take the herb and get ready to go on your way.
Alright, here we go. The spinner's hut. Are we gonna have to fight someone there? I have to be careful what I say, I remember. Alright.
The closer you are to the house of the spinner, the more ominous the woods get. The decaying trunks of pines and spruces tower over the path like silent guardians. Your blood runs cold every other moment. You feel that the border between worlds is very thin in this part of the forest.
These are bright strings of some kind on the path. Yes, they are. What the hell? What is that?
So, how do you like this Isba? Ours is quite a bit cozier, isn't it? Go speak to that skull. He's a doorman of sorts here. That's the spinner for you. Always thinking up something crazy.
What do you mean, speak to the skull?
I mean that it used to be a Khaldun. The regular folks aren't likely to chat with it. We, knowers, are used to this sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm totally used to talking to random skulls that used to be witches.
It's something new the spinner thought up. Skulls such as these used to hang on the trees around here like effigies of sorts. This one is used as a kind of test. It would be best if you passed the test. This woman knows me, you see, but she's not familiar with you.
Yeah, man, I talk to skulls all the time. Like my friend Steve over here. Hey, Steve. That's right. That's right.
What's with the yarn on the paths?
I have to keep feeding him children, though, you know.
You see it, do you? Ordinary folk don't. The yarn binds some poor Christians to the spinner. It's a strong and dark sorcery. You had better go and speak to the doorman.
Yeah, I got that.
What else should I know about the spinner?
Hush, child. These skulls report every little detail to that witch. Keep your lips sealed.
I see. Oh, what is this? Can I have this? It's a herb. I didn't know the camera changed like that. I don't think I've ever walked around that much. There are many different skulls and charms.
You approach the skull hanging by the door. Suddenly, the bony head starts shaking. A burning coal that serves as an eye socket stops you in your tracks.
Oh, joy! And Noah, are we? Finally, some fun! My eye isn't what it used to be. Who's that old-timer over there? I think I know him.
Will you let me pass to see the spinner?
With pleasure, but I'm ordered to test Noah. If it were up to me, I wouldn't be hanging around here in the first place. Anyway, we'll do it just like in the fairy tales.
Oh, I'm bad at this.
I'll give you 3 riddles. Solve any one of them, and I'll let you through.
Any one of them.
Solve none, or refuse to answer, I'll take one of your eyes. I'm short one, you see.
I'd say that's the least of your problems.
Yeah, man. You're short of body, too.
Well, are you up to it?
Probably not.
Wait, answer my questions first.
I have no answers for you. I only ask questions. Well, are you up to it?
Go on,
Have it
then.
your way. Ask your riddles.
Ask your questions, Bridgekeeper. I'm not afraid.
Listen to the first one, girl. There is a hamlet, folks packed together tight. Come morning the cock sings, yet no man stands upright.
Oh my god.
There's a hamlet, folks packed in tight. Come morning the cock crows, yet no man stands upright. A cemetery. Proper dead men do not rise from the graves.
Correct.
Proper dead
You
men.
solved the riddle.
Just those
Only
terrible
that
dead men.
man don't rise in the morning. Believe me, I know. You may pass, or you may try to guess another.
Do I get XP?
Let's riddle some more.
If I get XP, I want more.
Listen to the second riddle.
That was easy.
Lame chicks sing along,
Oh, no.
dry wood they haul. Wound up in a ditch, can't move an inch.
A term that refers to priests who frequently recite Vo imia otka I sina, in the name of the Father and the Son. Sing along, dry wood they haul. Wound up in a ditch, can't move an
Lame
inch.
chicks sing along, dry wood they haul. Wound up in a ditch, can't move an inch.
What is maslenitsa? Do we have that? Do we have maslenitsa? Wish there was a search function in here so I could look that up. Just type it in. Maslenitsa. No? Dry wood would be for building a house? I don't know. We already know that.
The priests are singing for the dead. It's a funeral procession.
Correct.
I did get
You
XP.
guessed it. I remember those songs.
Not as much
You'll
though.
hear them too soon enough.
Better than 0
You
though.
may pass, or you may try to guess another.
If I get this one wrong, still, do I lose an eye?
Let's riddle some more.
Steal a quine, tale of twine.
Steal a quine, tale of twine.
Steel horse. Samovar. What is that? That's like, what was the samovar again? We looked at that, but I don't remember. There's too many terms now. I can't remember them all. Was that the stove thing? Was that it? Was it from the Bannocks? I do remember reading it. Try Bunya? Oh, Samovar is that house. That abandoned house, right? Needle and thread works.
Well, that's easy. I'm here to see the spinner after all. It's a needle and a thread.
Correct. You guessed it. Look at you. You should know your riddles. That makes you a powerful witch.
Does it?
Well, you may pass. We can riddle some more. No eyes involved, just like that, for curiosity's sake.
Wait, do I get more XP?
Let's riddle some more.
Listen to the fourth riddle.
If I don't get XP, I'm leaving.
Walks with no legs, sleeves with no arms, mouth with no speech.
Walks with no legs, sleeves with no arms, mouth with no speech. A river has sleeves with no arms and a mouth.
Nice try, but a river talks, it murmurs.
Ah.
Shadow is the answer.
Shadows have legs? Come on.
I can riddle you another one.
If the person has legs.
Let me crack one more.
The ship broke to bits over meadows and deeps, over cities and streets. No popes and no dukes can bring it anew. No money, no books.
The ship fell to bits over meadows and deeps, over cities and streets. No popes and no dukes can bring it anew. No money, no books.
I have no idea. What sort of ship can't be repaired by royalty? Relationship?
Truth cannot be found in cities.
No, wrong. Well, I've no more. In the darkness, you'll find some riddles you can solve with the words alone. And in the darkness, eyes will burn with a fierce flame.
What are you talking about?
Go to the spinner. I won't delay you any further.
All right then. I'm off to see the spinner.
Let's do this. Well, at least we got the 3 that we needed to get without losing any eyes. I thought it was going to turn into Inscription here where we had to sacrifice our eyes. This is a kind of creepy house, man.
Evening, Kapitalina Ivanovna.
Evening to you too, Yegor Yevlampevich.
The voice of the spinner is quiet and smooth, like the rustling of pages in the Black Book.
Brought you my little orphan. Became a knower recently, this one.
You sure did. But what are you thinking, poking around in my business? You took my spindle. It was doing my bidding, you know. I let it slide on account of you not knowing and all.
God
Whoops.
bless, Kapitalina Ivanovna.
I see you're a fine girl and a smart one. Yes, I heard your replies to the riddles. To be a knower is not all demonic affairs. So why are you here? Not just to check up on an old woman, I should think.
About. We don't want to talk about. I don't want to say anything because we're not meant to say anything
I
about.
need a woven belt. A powerful one, Kapitalina Ivanovna.
Yes, I know you came for a belt. Only why would I give one to you?
Old Yegor warned me that I should watch my mouth around the spinner. How should I answer her?
Compliment the belts.
You're known all across the Uyezd for weaving the best belts, Kapitalina Ivanovna.
So I am. You aren't here without reason. I can indeed make good belts. You've become a knower, so I'll give you an enchanted belt. So what are you going to do with your chorts?
How am I supposed to answer that? I really don't know what to do with them.
She hates demons, right? Torture the demons.
Well, make them suffer, of course. Give them some back-breaking work.
That's how you should treat them. Torment those filthy creatures. Only knowers can do some good. Well, turns out you're a good knower, girl.
I know to know how to know. I know.
I'll give you a belt as a gift. Here, it's a good one. Later, I'll put you in touch with a pupil of mine. A fine man. Maybe it'll work out for the two of you,
we're like a widow or whatever.
Thank you for the belt, Kapitalina Ivanovna.
Well, thank you, Kapitalina. See you again sometime.
See you soon. Farewell.
We did it, and we didn't even have to fight a boss. What the hell? That was a nice easy one. Jesus. That was chill. Maybe if I'd messed up, she would have attacked me. I don't know.
Spinner is no simple witch. It's not the last time we'll hear of her. Well done, Vasya. She's taking a liking to you.
Well, I'm very likable.
The meeting couldn't have gone better. All right, we've got the belt. Now we must plan our next moves.
The name.
Now we need to name our Banya bride. Well, go to Vilgurt. You'll find the priest there. Kolya, you should go too.
It's decided then.
Let's have a chat with these people while we still got time. What are they doing? We got more of these pricks. Really? Spoil the... I don't... Oh, task completed. I see. Now I need to send you out again. What do you like? What terrible shit do you like? Just says he's a fiend. He certainly is. Oh, and these... Oh, so I can't stay sinless. Every time I do any of these, I end up with more sins. I don't want more sins. I just got rid of my sins, you prick.
Well, Vasya, now I can say I've seen things. Cannon fire. A redoute, that's one thing. The devil himself, that's a whole different level.
That's
Still,
right.
I think that war is scarier. Much scarier than any chort. I still can't forget it.
You've seen too few chorts, Kolya.
Perhaps that's true, but that's beside the point. I'm not going to put up with it. I know how to get over this. I have an idea.
Go on.
What are you thinking about?
I'm thinking of stepping right into the fire, if only something turned up.
You could die, you know.
No. I'm not talking about something like a campfire. And I'm not planning on dying either. It's not the devil I have to overcome. Man's greatest enemy is himself. That's what I think.
It's true.
What happened down there in the war?
Bah, Vasya, you wouldn't be interested. This war was thought up by the devil and none other. Not by the Holy Spirit, that's for sure. I don't even want to remember. The thoughts alone make my hair white.
Is that why you started smoking?
Well, look at you. They don't call you knowers without reason. Well, yes. I'll start
That's what I
with
do.
something small, I think. To tell you the truth, I'm terrified even when I strike sparks with flint.
Old houses and banyas are often home to demons. The masters leave, but don't always take their host spirits with them.
You've been telling me how you got your Khaldun power.
Right, where were we? So, I became a shepherd boy. He taught me this and that at first, that Prokopy. Phew. That one time, the cattle had wandered all over the place, and my chief turned up drunk. Drank a whole bottle of vodka. He couldn't move a muscle. Well, what other choice did I have? I went to collect them by myself. Managed to get almost all of them as midnight drew near. Had to pass Mikhail's crossroads on the way back. You know how that place is. So, there I am, with the cattle tagging along. The moment I stepped onto the crossroads, everything turned upside down. Winds out of nowhere, and what you know, swarms of shorts. Figured I'd quickly draw a circle around me, and so I did. And these shorts were just swarming on the edge of the circle. All sorts, you name it. Well, I think that's it. Everything turned out all right, as you see. Next time I'll tell you how I got out of it.
What sort of spirits are those baniks?
Masters of the bathhouse, like a susietko in an izba. I don't think it was an ordinary place, the banya, before the worship of God.
What do you mean, before God?
I mean that our ancestors used to be worship the spirits of the hearth. Some Perm people still call upon Yan or Voipil.
Cool. Oh, we got visitors too. It'll be outside to... Oh my god, it's a demon.
Greetings to you, mistress of the house. I was flying back from Igor's job when I noticed something. Some bandits jumped a Khaldun near the crossroads. He drove a cart. Perhaps there is something useful for you there.
Maybe.
Okay, well, thanks, Mr. Demon. Alright, we're going to wrap this one up here. Our first decent-sized episode. The next one might not be, but enjoy it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for getting out with me, and I'll see you in the next one.